So I know this couple who is doing couples therapy, and they're spending a lot of time, they're spending a lot of money, and they're doing this therapy. And for some reason, they're really frustrated. So I'm not their therapist, but they call me because they're like, man, like things just aren't working, and we don't know why. And tell us because I'm a therapist. Tell us your experience with therapy as to why this isn't working. And as they start to talk about it, they start to get into the nitty-gritty things in their relationship that each one of them is doing that's driving the other person crazy. And they're complaining and they're playing the victim and all those things. But we dig in a little bit further, and I discover that there's a major alcohol addiction problem going on. And it sheds a lot of light as to why they're struggling with their couples therapy. Trust is the foundation of a healthy relationship. If somebody is really struggling with addiction in a relationship, then they're really struggling with denial. They're really struggling with healthy vulnerability and attachment in a relationship. And until the wedge of that addiction is removed, then they're going to have a really hard time working on things like intimacy and communication and connection. So when you think about trust, think of these three things. And ultimately, it's easy to trust somebody who has integrity. These three things, they show integrity. So first off is honesty. How honest are you with yourself, and how honest are you with others? It's not just being honest with others, but it's also staying out of denial. It's not justifying things, rationalizing things. So be an honest person. Next, be an empathetic person. So somebody struggling with addiction has a hard time empathizing because they have a lot of shame inside of them. But an empathetic person is a person who can hold space for the other person and connect to them on an emotional, even a spiritual level, and feel with them what they're feeling. It takes vulnerability. So if you're a vulnerable, empathetic person who can really validate and connect to your partner, then you're much more likely to create some trust. The last one, all three of these are important, but the last one is consistency. You can be honest and you can be empathetic for a day, but then go back to being disconnected and dishonest. Consistency over time will make it so that your partner knows what to expect from you, and understands who you actually are. So addiction makes it hard to be an honest, empathetic, consistent person. So trying to fix a relationship with addiction there is really hard. But the important thing is, to your relationship, everything is built on that trust. That trust comes from both people being in their integrity. That integrity is shown by the individuals in the relationship being honest, empathetic, and consistent.